The warmth between my legs turned to a torrent, crimson soaking through in seconds. My newborn's cries pierced the air as the world tilted, my vision blurring at the edges. Alone on the bathroom floor, phone slipping from blood-slick fingers, I dialed for help. But the real horror was yet to come, when family became the enemy. My name is Amanda Price, and at 32, I thought motherhood would be my greatest joy. But 21 days ago, it nearly became my end. It started innocently enough, in the quiet haze of a mid-afternoon diaper change. Oliver, my tiny 3-week-old miracle, squirmed on the changing table, his soft coos turning to fusses as hunger gnawed at him. I scooped him up, settling into the nursing chair, his latch bringing that familiar rush of connection. But then, without a whisper of warning, a strange warmth flooded me. I shifted, glancing down, and horror seized my chest. Blood. Everywhere. Soaking my clothes, dripping onto the floor in dark, relentless pools. Postpartum hemorrhage. The nightmare whispered in prenatal classes, the one you dismiss as not me. My heart hammered, a frantic drumbeat echoing in my ears. Oliver's cries escalated, sharp and desperate, as if he sensed the terror coiling in my gut. I clutched him closer, but my arms trembled, weakness already creeping in like fog. Jason, my husband, was trapped in downtown Los Angeles traffic, an hour away at work. No one else nearby. The room swayed, and I gripped the counter, fighting the dizzy spin that threatened to pull me under. With shaking hands, God, they wouldn't stop shaking, I fumbled for my phone and punched 911. 911, what's your emergency? The dispatcher's voice was calm, a lifeline in the chaos. I'm bleeding. So much blood. Postpartum. Just had my baby 3 weeks ago. My words slurred, breath coming in gasps. Ma'am, how much blood? Are you alone? I don't know. A lot. Soaking pads in minutes. Dizzy. Room spinning. I have my baby here. Husband's at work. Paramedics are on their way. Stay with me. Is there anyone who can come for the baby? Oliver's wails stabbed through me, each one twisting the knife of guilt and fear. What if I passed out? What if I couldn't protect him? I'll call my mom. She's 20 minutes away. Put me on speaker. Call her now. The phone felt like lead, my fingers numb as I dialed. It rang once, twice, 3 times, each trill stretching eternity. Finally, she picked up. Amanda? What is it? I'm at lunch with your sister. Mom, I need you, now. I'm hemorrhaging, postpartum bleeding. Paramedics are coming. Please, come get Oliver. A pause. Too long. In the background, clinking glasses, laughter, faint music. The normalcy of it all clashed with my nightmare, making my stomach churn. Hemorrhaging? Are you sure? You know you panic over nothing medical. Maybe it's just heavy flow. No, Mom. 3 pads in 15 minutes. Can't stand straight. Emergency. Another hesitation. Well, how long would it take? Your sister and I have plans. Beyoncé at the Forum tonight. Tickets were $800 each. Christina's laugh bubbled through, disbelieving, like this was some joke. My vision tunneled, black spots dancing. Was this real? My own mother, weighing concert seats against my life? Mom, please, I'm dying here. Watch your grandson. Amanda, I raised my kids. Time to handle yours. These tickets, we've waited months. Beyoncé's last Renaissance show. Can't miss it. I'm bleeding out. The words ripped from me, raw and pleading. You're dramatic. Lie down, feet up. Urgent care later if needed. The dispatcher's voice cut in, steady but urgent. Ma'am, paramedics are 3 minutes out. Did you hear? They're coming. Oliver needs you. I'm not canceling for a bad day. Call Jason, a friend, babysitter. You're grown. Handle it. Christina in the background. Is she okay? Mom. Fine, just overdramatic. Appetizers are here. Feel better, honey. Click. Gone. I stared at the phone, blood pooling beneath me. Oliver screams a symphony of despair. My mother had chosen Beyoncé over us, over my life. The betrayal burned hotter than the pain, a vice around my heart. How could she? Ma'am, anyone else? The dispatcher, gentle now. Jason, but he's far. I dialed him as sirens wailed in the distance, my voice breaking as I explained. Babe, leaving now, he said, fear cracking his composure. I'll call my mom. She's closer? No, San Diego. Hang on. Paramedics burst in, 2 men in their 40s, efficient shadows in the blur. How much blood? One knelt, vitals cuff squeezing my arm. A lot. Started an hour ago, 3 weeks postpartum. BP 80/50, pulse 140, shock incoming, move fast. They work, IV lines pricking, while I clutched Oliver's bassinet. We can't leave him alone. Pediatric unit en route, or emergency care, one said, already calling. Then it hit me. A card from my doula, tucked in my hospital bag. Emergency newborn services, in the bag. They found it, dialed. Emergency newborn services, Rachel speaking. Need help, hemorrhage, 3-week-old, no family, heading to Cedars-Sinai. We'll have Jennifer there, postpartum doula, pediatric nurse, 15 minutes out. Feeding schedule? Swaddles? I rattled details, voice fading as they loaded me onto the gurney. Oliver strapped beside me in his car seat, his tiny face red from crying. Cost? $150 per hour, 4-hour minimum. Whatever, just save my boy. As the ambulance doors closed, sirens blaring, I did what I'd hidden for years. Opened my banking app with crimson-streaked hands. There it was, the auto transfer. $5,000 monthly since 22, my first job. Started when Dad's business tanked. Embezzlement, house at risk, Christina in grad school. Temporary, they'd said. 10 years later, business boomed. Christina 6 figures. But I never stopped. Good daughters don't. $600,000 gone. To parents who'd abandoned me now. Blood pressure plummeting, paramedics' urgent chatter fading. I canceled it. Set a new one. To Oliver's trust. For him, not them. The world grayed. If I died, at least he'd have that. The ambulance screamed through LA streets, lights flashing in fractured red and blue across my blurring vision. Every bump jolted fresh pain through my abdomen. But worse was the silence from Oliver. Exhausted now, tiny chest rising in shallow pants beside me. The paramedic pressed an oxygen mask to my face, his voice cutting through the roar. "Stay with us, Amanda. Hospital's close. You're doing great." Great? I was fading. Cold sweat slicked my skin, thoughts scattering like leaves in wind. What if I didn't make it? Oliver alone. No one to hold him, feed him, love him. The financial betrayal burned hotter than the hemorrhage. $600,000 poured into their comfort while they sipped wine and laughed at Beyoncé lyrics. I'd sacrificed vacations, sleep, my own dreams, believing it made me the good daughter. Now, bleeding out, I saw it clearly. I'd been their ATM, not their child. We burst into Cedars-Sinai's ER bay. White coats swarmed. "Postpartum hemorrhage, massive blood loss, BP crashing, retained product suspected." They wheeled me fast, Oliver's car seat carried behind. Then Jennifer appeared, calm eyes, steady hands, already reaching for my son. "I've got him," she said softly. "You focus on healing." She lifted Oliver with practiced gentleness, his small body nestling against her chest, as if he knew safety when he felt it. Relief flooded me, sharp and sweet, even as darkness pulled harder. In the OR, anesthesia crept in cold. Dr. Morrison's face hovered above me, kind but fierce. "We're going in now. Hang on." Lights dimmed. The last thing I thought, Oliver's safe. That's enough. I woke to beeps, tubes, the raw scrape of my throat from intubation. Jason's hand clutched mine, knuckles white, eyes red-rimmed and shining. "Hey," I croaked. "Oh God, Amanda." He pressed kisses to my forehead, my fingers, tears wetting my skin. "You're here. You're okay." "Oliver?" "With Jennifer. She's incredible. Set up a nursery in a private room. Pumping for you, skin to skin, everything. Sent pictures." He held up his phone. Oliver swaddled tight in his favorite blue blanket, peaceful in a professional bassinet, tiny fist curled near his mouth. My heart squeezed. A stranger had given my son more care in hours than my own mother had offered in a lifetime. Jason's face darkened. "Your mom, what did she say when you called?" I told him everything. The lunch, the laughter, the $800 tickets, the "I raised my kids already," the casual dismissal. His jaw clenched so hard I heard teeth grind. He stood abruptly, chair clattering. "She said what? While you were hemorrhaging? While Oliver screamed?" "Jason, no." He pulled out his phone, dialing before I could stop him. It rang twice. "Jason, how's Amanda? We just got out of the concert. Saw your messages. We've been so worried." "Worried?" His voice was ice over steel. "You were at Beyoncé for 4 hours while Amanda lost 3 liters of blood. Emergency surgery. She almost died, Patricia." A beat of silence. "Jason, you're exaggerating. Postpartum bleeding is normal. Amanda always 3 liters. BP 80/50. Shock. She begged you to watch your grandson. You said no because of concert tickets." "Well, how were we supposed to know?" "You knew. She told you. Paramedics coming, hemorrhaging, and you told her to figure it out." "Those tickets were expensive. We couldn't just—" "I don't give a damn about your tickets. Your daughter nearly died. Your grandson was left with strangers because his grandmother chose entertainment over family. We hired emergency care because you wouldn't show up." "That's not fair. We came as soon as after the show. 4 hours later. Surgery was done. You weren't needed anymore. because you made it clear you wouldn't come when it mattered." Her coats cooled. "Jason, you're being disrespectful. We're her parents. You deserve nothing. You lost that privilege when you abandoned her." He hung up. Then, methodically, he blocked her number. Christina's, Dad's. "They're not coming near you or Oliver. Not until, if you decide otherwise." I should have protested. Family ties run deep, even toxic ones. But all I felt was a profound, exhausted relief, like dropping a weight I'd carried blind for years. An hour later, Dr. Morrison entered, still in scrubs, eyes kind but unyielding. "You're lucky, Amanda. Another half hour we'd have been looking at hysterectomy, or worse. Retained placental tissue caused massive bleeding. We removed it, repaired the uterine wall." "More children?" "Possible. High risk, 18-month wait minimum. Close monitoring." She sat. "When you called your mother, what exactly did she say?" I repeated it, voice flat now. Dr. Morrison's expression hardened to stone. "Excuse me." She stepped into the hall. I heard her, sharp and clear. "Mrs. Price? Dr. Morrison, Amanda's OB. You're in the waiting room?" "Yes. They won't let us see her. Her husband's being unreasonable." "I gave that order. Amanda's not receiving visitors except approved family." "We are family. Let me be clear. Your daughter was in early shock when she called you, bleeding at a lethal rate. She begged for help with her infant. You refused because of concert tickets? Is that correct?" "We didn't know." "She told you she was hemorrhaging. Paramedics en route. What part wasn't serious?" "Amanda exaggerates. Stop." Dr. Morrison's tone sliced air. "She lost half her blood volume. Emergency surgery. Weeks of recovery. And your response? I raised my kids already. Figure it out." In 27 years as an OB, I've never seen a grandmother refuse help in a life-threatening postpartum crisis for entertainment. Silence stretched, heavy. If Amanda had died on that bathroom floor while you were at the concert, would the show have been worth it? No answer. Just a long, stunned quiet. Then footsteps retreating. Dr. Morrison returned. She left, about 30 seconds after the question. Jason's mother, Ellen, arrived at 9 p.m., bursting in with bags, nursing pads, mesh underwear, nipple cream, pajamas. "Oh, honey." She hugged me gently, avoiding lines. "I came as fast as I could." "You didn't have to." "Of course I did." She turned to Jason. "Where's my grandson?" "With Jennifer. She's a saint." Ellen met Oliver, returned teary. "He's perfect. Jennifer's notes are meticulous. Fed, changed, cuddled. This woman did more in hours than—" She didn't finish. Didn't need to. Jennifer said goodbye later, calm and warm. Oliver set, notes for Ellen. "You protected him today, Amanda, even bleeding out. That's motherhood." After she left, Ellen settled with Oliver in her arms. "I'm staying. Family leave. 2 weeks at least." "Ellen, I want to. This is what grandmothers do." She looked at me steadily. "Jason told me what Patricia said, what she did. Amanda, that was unforgivable. Not just refusing, the cruelty, telling you to figure it out while you bled. That's abuse. DNA doesn't obligate you to accept it." I looked away, tears burning. For the first time, someone named it plainly, and it felt like truth. 3 days later, discharge day arrived like a fragile gift. Ellen had already transformed our home into a sanctuary, Meals prepped and frozen in labeled containers, a cozy nursing corner with pillows and water bottles within reach, Oliver's diapers stacked neatly, Bassinet moved closer to our bed for night feeds. She moved with quiet efficiency, no fuss, just steady love. "You rest and bond with him," she said, tucking a blanket around my shoulders. "I've got the rest." The first night home, pain meds dulled the ache but not the memories. I lay awake, Oliver's soft breaths beside me, replaying the bathroom floor, the metallic tang of blood, Oliver's piercing cries, Mom's voice slicing through. I raised my kids already. Each replay tightened something in my chest until breathing hurt more than the incision. My phone lit up 17 times the next day, Mom's number. Voicemails I deleted without listening. Texts. "We're worried. Call us. This is ridiculous." I silenced her. On day 4, a handwritten envelope arrived, Mom's neat cursive on the front. I opened it with Ellen watching from the doorway, arms crossed. "Amanda, I don't understand why you're shutting us out. We're your parents. We love you. We came to the hospital as soon as we could after the concert." Dr. Morrison was incredibly rude. She had no right. I'm considering a complaint. "The concert thing is blown out of proportion. Yes, tickets were expensive, but we would have left if you'd made it sound truly urgent. You didn't. I think Jason and Ellen are poisoning you against us. Ellen's always been jealous of our bond. We need to talk about the money, too. The monthly transfer stopped. Banking error? Bills are due. Please check. We miss you and Oliver. Love, Mom." I read it twice, searching for remorse. Found only deflection, blame, and a casual demand for the cash flow to resume. No, I'm sorry. No, I was wrong. Just excuses wrapped in victimhood. Ellen's eyes narrowed. She's got nerve. I grabbed paper and pen. My hand shook as I wrote, "You're right. Dr. Morrison was harsh. She was harsh because you told your hemorrhaging daughter to figure it out while you had concert tickets. Because you came 4 hours later, after the show, after surgery was over, when it was convenient, not urgent. The concert isn't blown out of proportion. You chose entertainment over my life. Facts. The transfers weren't an error. I canceled them. For 10 years, $5,000 a month, $600,000 total. You never thanked me. Never asked if I could afford it. Never acknowledged the sacrifice. When I nearly died, when I begged you to protect your grandson, you said you'd raised your kids and I should handle mine. That money now goes to Oliver, the child you couldn't be bothered to help for 4 hours. Don't contact me again unless you're ready for real accountability. No excuses, no blame, honest acknowledgement of what you did and why it was wrong. Amanda. I sealed it, mailed it before doubt could creep in. 2 days later, the doorbell rang. Ellen answered. I listened from the bedroom, Oliver warm against my chest. "Patricia," Ellen said flatly. "What do you want?" "I need to see my daughter." "Amanda doesn't want to see you." "I'm her mother. I have rights." "You forfeited those when you abandoned her in a medical emergency." Ellen's voice was steel. "Leave, or I call the police." "You can't keep me from my grandchild." "I have power of attorney while Amanda recovers. She's made her wishes clear." My mother's voice rose, cracking. "This is kidnapping! You're turning her against us!" "I'm protecting her from people who hurt her. There's a difference." "I never hurt her. I love her." "You told her to figure it out while she bled to death. That's not love. That's neglect." A pause, then, softer. I made a mistake. Can't she forgive me? That's not for me to decide. But if you want any chance, understand what you did. Really understand. No excuses. Sit with the fact you chose a concert over your daughter's life. It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. Until you admit it, you're not welcome. Footsteps retreated. A car door slammed. Engine roared away. Ellen returned, shaking slightly. I'm sorry. I know she's your mom, but I couldn't. I pulled her into a one-armed hug, careful of Oliver. Tears slipped down my cheeks. Thank you for protecting me when she wouldn't. 6 weeks postpartum, follow-up with Dr. Morrison. She examined the scar, nodded approval. Healing beautifully. Physically, you're strong. Emotionally? Better than expected. Ellen's been incredible. Jason took leave. I have real support. And your mother? No contact. Letters, gifts. I don't respond. Good. Amanda, in 27 years, crises reveal family. The ones who show up? They're real family. The ones who make excuses? They're not. Doesn't matter if blood ties them. Your mother-in-law drove 3 hours. A stranger cared for your baby. Your husband blocked toxicity. That's family. And mine chose Beyoncé. Exactly. Believe people when they show you. 3 months postpartum, my phone rang. Christina. Please don't hang up. Curiosity won. What do you want? Talk about Mom. Everything. Coffee? Please. Against better judgment, I agreed. Ellen watched from a nearby table, gaze sharp as knives. Christina looked worn, shadows under her eyes. Thanks for coming. I'm sorry. For the concert, for not pushing Mom, for everything. I was there, ashamed now. You believed her when she said I was dramatic. I did. Easier than confronting her. I should have helped. Even if it wasn't life-threatening, you needed support. Silence stretched. Then, Mom asked me for money. Said you cut her off over a misunderstanding. I asked how much you sent. She lied. A little help. I found your old statements at her house. $5,000 a month. 10 years. $600,000. I nodded. I worked 70-hour weeks. Studio apartment, no vacations, all to keep them comfortable. How did you afford it? Sacrificed everything. She never asked you because you were in grad school, starting out, always exempt. Christina exhaled shakily. She asked me for $4,000 monthly, temporary. I sent $8,000 before questioning. She called me ungrateful when I said no, said I was abandoning her like you. She'll drain anyone who lets her. I see it now, the guilt, the manipulation. Golden child versus workhorse. I cut her off financially, in therapy, working on why I enabled so long. I studied her, tears in her eyes. What do you want? Not forgiveness yet. Just, I see what she did to you. Always. I want to change. Maybe rebuild someday. Not now, when I've earned it. Maybe, I said slowly. But no more old dynamic. No giving while you take. Prove it. Therapy, boundaries with her. In a year, we can try. A year. Fair. You had 32 years of preference. You can wait 1. She nodded, wiping her face. I'll do the work. 6 months postpartum, a certified letter arrived from my parents' attorney. Thick envelope, official stamp. My stomach dropped as I opened it. Lawsuit for breach of financial support agreement and intentional grandparent alienation. They claimed the monthly transfers were an implied contract, that stopping them caused hardship. They demanded resumption of payments, plus visitation rights to Oliver. I called Richard Chin, our family lawyer, hands trembling. He reviewed the documents over the phone. This is nonsense, Amanda. No written contract, no consideration beyond family obligation. Courts don't enforce informal agreements like this. Grandparent rights in California? Extremely narrow. They'd have to prove you're unfit parents, and visitation serves the child's best interest. With the medical emergency documented, they have 0 chance. What do I do? We respond aggressively. Timeline of the hemorrhage, your mother's refusal, the $600,000 sent without thanks or acknowledgement, their immediate suit when money stopped. We paint the full picture: neglect, manipulation, financial exploitation. The case dragged 3 weeks. Depositions loomed, but their attorney withdrew abruptly. Richard called me. Their lawyer contacted me personally, said my clients didn't disclose the full context, the emergency, the refusal to help, the money history. He wouldn't have taken the case knowing. Extended apologies to you. They folded. No settlement, no contact, just quiet retreat. 1 year after Oliver's birth, we celebrated in our backyard, small, intimate. Close friends, Ellen flying in with balloons and a towering blue and white cake frosted with Oliver's first year. No one from my blood family. Oliver toddled on chubby legs, giggling as Ellen scooped him up for endless kisses. He called her Nana now, the word bright and certain. Jason raised sparkling cider. To Oliver, and to the family that shows up. We echoed it, glasses clinking. Later, as stars pricked the sky and guests drifted home, Jason and I sat on the porch swing, Oliver asleep in his bassinet nearby. Do you think you'll ever talk to them again? He asked quietly. Maybe, if they ever truly own what they did. But I'm not waiting, Jason, not holding my breath for change that might never come. Good. You deserve people who choose you without conditions. My phone buzzed, a text from Christina. 1 year sober from mom's manipulation. Therapy's hard but working. Not asking to see Oliver yet. I know I have to earn it. Just wanted you to know I'm doing the work. Happy birthday to my nephew. I showed Jason. She's trying. Actually changing. I typed back, proud of you. Keep going. 18 months after the hemorrhage, the test turned positive again. High risk this time, Dr. Morrison's orders, frequent monitoring, stress management, no heavy lifting. We kept it quiet for months, cradling the secret like something precious and fragile. My body felt different, stronger, calmer. No constant dread, no emotional weight dragging me down. Your labs are perfect, Dr. Morrison said at one appointment. Blood pressure steady? This pregnancy's smoother because you're not carrying people who drain you. Your body knows the difference. At 38 weeks, Emma arrived, healthy, pink, and loud. Easy delivery, no complications. Ellen was there within hours, tears streaming as she held her granddaughter. 2 grandchildren, she whispered, rocking Emma gently. I'm so blessed. A gift arrived at the hospital days later. Expensive silver baby set, engraved, "To our precious granddaughter Emma. Love, Grandma and Grandpa." I stared at it, then packaged it back with a note. You're not her grandparents. You're people who abandoned her brother at 3 weeks old during a life-threatening emergency. People who sued me for stopping unearned payments. People who've never taken accountability. Don't send gifts to children you don't know. Don't claim relationships you haven't built. If you want to be grandparents, start by being decent parents. You've never managed that. I mailed it certified. No reply came. 2 years after the Beyoncé concert, I ran into my mother at the grocery store. She looked diminished, hair more gray than I remembered, lines deeper, shoulders hunched. She stopped her cart abruptly, eyes locking on Emma in the carrier, then Oliver clutching my hand. They're so big, she said softly. Kids grow. Can we talk? Just a minute, please. I glanced at the exit, so close, then at my children. 5 minutes. We stood in the produce aisle, carts blocking the path, shoppers flowing around us like water. I'm sorry, she began. For everything. The concert, the lawsuit, all of it. I was wrong. What specifically were you wrong about? She blinked. What? Be specific. What did you do that was wrong? I chose the concert over helping you. And I shouldn't have sued. And I took your money for years without appreciating it. Those sound like questions, not statements. She drew a shaky breath. Amanda, I don't know what you want me to say. I want honesty. Say, I abandoned my daughter during a life-threatening medical emergency. I told her to figure it out while she bled to death. I prioritized entertainment over her life and her child's safety. I took $600,000 over 10 years without once thanking her or acknowledging her sacrifice. I sued her when she set boundaries. I was a terrible mother. I'm sorry. Her face crumpled. That's so harsh. That's the truth. Until you can face it without flinching, we have nothing to discuss. I'm trying. You're trying to skip the hard part, to get access without earning it. It doesn't work that way. What do you want from me? Therapy. Real therapy, not someone who echoes what you want to hear. Understand why you use people, why money and status trump relationships. Do it for yourself, not to see my kids. How long will that take? As long as it takes, years, maybe forever. But I'm not waiting. I have a family now, a real one, people who show up, who value me. You're not part of it until you prove you've changed. That's not fair. Neither is abandoning your daughter while she hemorrhaged. Neither is taking $600,000 without gratitude. Neither is suing your child for boundaries. Fair is getting what you've earned. And you've earned distance. I adjusted Emma's carrier, took Oliver's hand. Goodbye, Mom. We walked away. Oliver looked up. Who was that lady, Mama? Someone who used to be in our family, baby. Is she in our family now? No, she's not. Oh, okay. He pointed at apples. Can we get those? My name is Amanda Price. I'm 34 now, mother of 2, wife, daughter-in-law to the fiercest, kindest grandmother alive. I used to be a daughter who sent $5,000 monthly for a decade, believing blood demanded sacrifice. 2 years ago, I nearly died on my bathroom floor while my mother chose a concert over her grandson. A doctor asked her one question that made her go white. If I had died, would the show have been worth it? She never answered. I lost the parents I wished for, the illusion of family. $600,000 that could have changed my life earlier. But I gained everything that matters. A husband who shields me, a mother-in-law who crosses states without hesitation, children who will never doubt their worth. Peace, self-respect, freedom. My mother still sends birthday cards, still tries contact, still wants relationship without reckoning. I still say no, because I learned, bleeding out while she sang along to Renaissance, some love you only for what you give. Stop giving, and they reveal themselves. Believe them. If you're funding your own mistreatment, accepting crumbs from people who should give feasts, you deserve better. Build the family that shows up when you're bleeding. Blood doesn't define it. Presence does.